All right, so we'll continue our conversation on NFOs. We're taking your questions as well, but I have to address the news on your screen, which is the Q1 numbers for Bajaj Auto, numbers which, the street has been waiting for. So here's the first cut. Revenue is up 15.7% at 11,928, a beat on estimates. EBITDA is also a beat, and a healthy one at that. 23.6% is what the EBITDA has come in at 2,405. Versus 1954 crores was the estimate. Margins are up 129 bips at 20.2%, and net profit is up 19.4% at 1988 crore rupees. So that's the first cut. Puneet, you've been tracking the preview as well and what was expected of the company. Suffice to say that this is a beat on all counts?
Yeah, definitely. And, the estimates were quite upbeat and, upwards of 20% on EBITDA growth was estimated. That has been met very successfully. The company has also mentioned that margins were, a key mainstay to watch out for. So it's come out with revenue growth as well as with positive margin growth as well. When you look at, the other details as well, they have mentioned that export growth has come in this particular quarter, which has been very strong. Do note for FY24 specifically, we had a 10% fall in exports. So definitely the export growth is one of the strongest thing. They have mentioned in the press release that LATAM is one of the regions which they had mentioned that should do better in this particular year, despite Africa, which is one of the strongest export markets. The expectations are flat specifically there. So they have said that export revenue has grown double digit, with LATAM being one of the strongest deliveries here. For Pulsar specifically, premiumization is one of the premiumization of Pulsar 400 has been one of the strongest. They have said that dispatches has been done now in this particular month, and from next quarter onwards will be the first full quarter of impact. So with the successful launch of the same, the product has now been finally ready with the dealers as well. Another thing just strongly wanted to mention on Triumph, they have mentioned that the volumes have crossed 60,000. The number in this particular quarter, it was upwards of 20,000, and sales are roughly 1,200 odd crores. So definitely when you look at the financials in the first cut, of course it's met the guidance, and we will be awaiting more details in the conference call when it's scheduled at 6:30 today. Much more updates on the CNG bike, which is one of the mainstays and the most popular and the most talked about product of Bajaj in this particular year, as well as some details on the EV scooter as well. Back to you.
All right. So, of course, we'll wait for all of those details. What we were seeing is the very, very first cut. But I just want to show you how the stock is performing. And the street seems to have, been quite optimistic about at least the first cut of the Bajaj Auto numbers. You're seeing that spike right there come off a bit in the last couple of minutes. So that's Bajaj Auto for you. We'll take a very short break, but we're coming back